But they don't say that. But they'll have age if they want. That is the birth of Muhammad, the death of Muhammad. The hadith of the Muslim world describes Muhammad as a pale Arab. So any Muslim in America, any one of us who's black-skinned, who stands up and says, I am a Muslim, is making a fool out of ourselves. Because as far as the society, the records, and history, Arabs are not black-skinned, nappy-haired people. Now we can modernize it and say we're 5%, gods on the planet Earth, nation of Islam, Ansarullah. We can modernize it, but at the root of it, you follow? There's still Arab. You go to Nigeria, amongst the Hausa, they can be as black as night, and if they're Muslims, they're still surrendering to an Arab's culture. Meaning if you take it back to its point of origin, you don't see you see an Arab. So you don't have the right, and your rights won't support you in any international courts in this world saying, I am a Muslim by religion. Because Muslim will be synonymous with Muhammad of 570 who gave birth to it. Women. And the Muslims have to fabricate a false history to stay in the world of Tuggle by saying all the prophets before Muhammad were also Muslim. Until you say prove it. And he said, well, I can show you in the Quran. I didn't ask you to show me your book. Your book started in the year 610 and stopped in the year 631 when Muhammad died. This is when Muhammad received his first revelation. Moses, Jesus, Abraham, all of them were before Muhammad got the Quran. Correct? Right. If the criteria for being a Muslim is belief in the Quran, then how could Jesus have been a Muslim if the Quran didn't exist when Jesus was born? How could Moses have been a Muslim if the Quran didn't exist when Moses was born? See, Muslims had to create a fake history because they only got 1,400 years of history, and now with computers, people are able to jump thousands of years in time in a couple of seconds. Historians, anybody can become a historian just by opening a laptop computer and doing a clip, putting in Corolla and go back to Muhammad and say, well, then how could Jesus have been a Muslim if the criteria for being a Muslim is making salat 5 times a day? And Jesus didn't make salat 5 times a day. And the criteria for being a Muslim is you can't make prayers anytime you want to. You must make them according to a schedule. And Jesus went in the Garden of Gethsemane when he felt like and fell on his face and prayed. So what's your criteria? They needed to fit in history to control the world as the New World Order. You understand? Now let's go back again. Let's go back, because we eliminate this every time you say I'm a Muslim, I'm a original man, and I'm an Asiatic black man. You got a whole bunch of crap. Asiatic black man, you think you slick, you think you're easing into Asia with these Arabs, but you ain't. That's a con, Asiatic black man. They get you out of Africa into Asia, so you can start thinking, I'm an Asiatic, nigga, you ain't no Asiatic. Look up the word Asia, means Orient. And you ain't no Oriental. You can slang, you can tape your eyes slanted, and you still won't be an Oriental. You know what I mean? The next step is to go back to Jesus. When I go back to Jesus, I go back 2,000 years ago. You got that?
Got it.
That AD and BC, they real confused. They don't know where the world was born. Now, when you get the picture of Jesus in your mind, and don't lie, because you seen the picture we drew, nigga. So nigga lie quick, don't lie. Right? When you think of Jesus, what do you think of? That man on your grandmother's wall. Don't lie. Either he's kneeling down doing this, or he's standing there doing this, or he's doing this, but it's the same old little Jewish boy. But he's definitely not Joshua from down the block. He's definitely not no black man with no big lips and no thick nose and no nappy hair. Now we can draw all the black Jesuses we want. The same way the Muslims can fabricate any part of history they want, we can start creating black Jesuses to make us feel good. But when the world looks at it, you follow? And you say, I am a Christian. Christian is synonymous with Romans and Greeks. Correct? And it doesn't fit you. The shoe don't fit. Or should I say glove? When we go back to Moses, We're going back to 4,000 years. Actually, 3 and something, but 4,000 round off. Now there's a little trick in history. Because Moses was born in Egypt. Correct? He wasn't considered a little white boy born in Egypt. He was considered an Egyptian while he was in Egypt. Because they gave him an Egyptian name, Moses, which simply meant to be drawn out of the Nile. Joseph got them into Egypt, the Israelites. The Israelites who got into Egypt came in there after Solomon and them had already mixed in with Hittites. Because the description of Solomon in the Bible is that he's light-skinned with black straight hair. Not that he's an African. I don't care how much Rastafarians want Solomon to be black. Solomon, according to the Bible, is burly with hair like ravens, black like a raven. That's black straight hair with an ivory belly. Now, one of you niggas upstairs and pop open that belly, there ain't gonna be no ivory unless milk is dribbling off your lips. You understand? So Solomon was a light-skinned, he was one of us, but he was light-skinned with black hair. The Egyptians did not like that blood mixing. But the Israelites did get into Egypt to work for us and mix in with our blood, creating a lot of these pictures you see of Egypt today with all these different races of people. But Moses was considered one of them, but of mixed blood, not a half-original man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Moses was there but mixed blood. But you don't, in history, they will not identify Moses with American Negro or African. Though Moses was born in Africa, they will not say Moses is an African. They'll say Moses is a Jew. Over and over again. Is that right? So again, Israelite Hebrews, Hebrew Israelites, black Jews, whatever you want to call yourself, when you say you're an Israelite, you are being related back to Jew. I'm saying, I don't mean in your little corner with your 13 followers. And all of y'all sitting around with big Jewish stars on saying, well, that's not who I'm talking to. Y'all can tell each other anything you want. I'm saying when you present your case to the world for identity purposes, because that's what it's getting down to. You follow what I'm saying? When we got to go up against the world and tell them who the hell we are and stop letting them tell us who we are. They didn't change who we are in the last 100 years 5 different times. We were nigger, Negro, Afro-American, now African-American, but they won't say more. You understand what I'm saying? They will keep naming us as long as we'll keep on accepting them. Nobody else comes over here to this country and allows other people to name them. The Italians come over here, and you go to a pizza store and they got an Italian flag up, red, orange, and white, and they'll say, I am an Italian. You call them a greaser, or what's the other thing they use for them? A what? They don't recognize it. They take it as an insult. If you call the Chinese a slope head or slant eye, they take it as an insult. They call you a nigger, a Negro, or Afro-American, and you say, thank you, son. Or colored. Like I got more colors on me. I got the less colors on me than anybody on the planet. Everybody else got blue eyes, blonde hair, red hair, green eyes, gray eyes, pink skin, red skin, beige skin. Niggas all come in one color. How do we end up colored? You understand? Unless you meant they colored us all in one color. All right, let's go back. So, calling themselves a Hebrew Israelite in the international community, trying to get your identity or your